while our delivery floor is filled with practitioners who bring distinct expertise to the table. Our Senior Vice President who heads delivery and products at Quintily is a transformation specialist whose vision adds a touch of ease and a great deal of innovation to each project. We have Anant Vinakota with us for the 4th episode of Quintily's Fireside Chat today. Hi Anant, how are you doing?
Hi Nishtha, I'm good. Thanks for having me here.
It's our pleasure. So we want to know, how did your journey started with Quintily?
This team that is running Quintily, that's founded Quintily, I've worked with that team for a very long time, even before Quintily. We have been professionally associated with each other, solving multiple customer challenges, and yeah, we have done some really good work back in the day. And once Quintily was founded, it was a no-brainer option for me.
We serve businesses from a wide variety of verticals here. What do we do to relate to all these business challenges before offering them solutions?
When it comes to being business specific, which is a very important part of consulting business, if you will, right, is having the domain expertise.
Right.
We make no mistake there. For every specific domain that we handle, we do bring in domain experts as our first step.
When a project comes on board, in addition to the obvious business objectives, what else do you ask the teams to focus on?
The first thing that we always encourage, and we also enable that exercise, is educating our teams on how the business works, how that ecosystem is, and how things work in that specific industry and what kind of problems do companies typically encounter, right? And we also have a lot of competition analysis that our research teams help with, and they let us know how things are being done in that industry, what are the new trends in there. And based on that knowledge, once we build that knowledge for the team, then we move to the next level, right? We move on what's the specific problem for this particular customer is. And then we go into trying to put together a solution for that problem.
We just turned 6 as a company, and we are already 500 strong. What is our plan for growth, further growth in 2022 and beyond?
When Quintily started 6 years back, we came up with the initial 5-year plan, and the 5-year plan was to hit 500.
Okay.
Right? And we met that plan. Now our second plan is to grow in size to 5,000, and we are tracking successfully for that.
Okay, we are rooting for that big number now.
Yeah.
Okay, so both our founders were hands-on practitioners before they even founded the company.
Right.
What part do they play now in project delivery and client relations in general?
So the biggest value that they bring to table for practically every transformation program that we handle is they continuously work with the customer and work as a customer advocate within Quintily to make sure that the program is successful. At the end of the day, every program is aimed at achieving a particular goal for the customer, right? I mean, they want to make an impact, they want to make a change, they want to simplify the operations, they want to probably grow into newer markets, and what have you, right? And so there is a constant need for someone to counsel even the customers while they're going through that journey, and work with the teams internally, like I said, as a customer advocate, to make sure that there is a full match of expectation, and to make sure that the sledge is always moving.
In 2021, while the whole world is suffering with a financial crisis, 30% of the workforce is promoted in Quintily. So is there anything that we consciously do to ensure employee growth in parallel to the company's growth?
We consciously make sure that everyone who have contributed get recognized. That's all. Speaking of what we do for these people, we make sure that there is an ecosystem for people to thrive in,
right,
to build and to succeed. I think we have been doing that right, which is why we see the numbers of that sort.
In an ideal world, for a practitioner like you, what does a perfect delivery model look like?
A perfect delivery model is something that can be scaled and assembled and scaled based on the need, not something that is put together and force applied everywhere. What I've seen is the companies have foolproof, very elaborate, comprehensive delivery models. Like I said, they are foolproof, right? They will handle a lot of use cases in their very nature. But when we try to apply that for customers who do not need all that kind of setup, there was an obvious friction to get that option going on and to brew that culture, right?
Right.
Because the consulting company comes with certain framework and culture, and then when we try to apply that in a new ecosystem, it always has its growing pains in that. A successful delivery model to me is something that, like I said, can be modularized and scaled based on the need.
You've been a technology practitioner and a business leader for a very long time now. What do you think about the technology adoptions today businesses are making?
Definitely, the needle is moving in the right direction. The pro part of the pandemic is that the entire world has gone global in one go, right?
Yeah.
Nobody would have ever imagined something like that would happen. In fact, for a lot of models to get triggered, I think that kind of steroid shot was necessary back in the day. Not probably nobody wanted pandemic to happen, but in a different way where everyone would adopt a particular practice, right? Businesses are definitely moving in the right direction when it comes to going digital nowadays, and that's the trend, right? I mean, there are areas of companies that have consciously stayed away from being digital for a very long time because they needed certain things to be done in a certain way.
Right.
So those walls have broken down. And there is a lot of business disruption that happened in those areas. And there's a lot of avenue for new businesses to grow as well.
So whatever business we're prepared to do after 5 years or 10 years probably is relevant right now.
Oh, absolutely.
So you need to act on it right now.
Exactly.
So any interesting observations lately, any companies or trends that caught your eye?
All of us have gone completely remote. All the world has gone completely remote in the past 18 months. And now there are signs of recovery, and there's a potential opportunity to come back fully to the floor.
Right.
So there are conversations about hybrid workforce coming into picture as a long-term strategy, and nobody knows what that hybrid model would look like, right? Neither does the team member knows, nor does the company know. So that is an interesting fact that we have lately been observing, and something that we are contributing to as well to solve as a company.
Right.
And trying to create a model that works, that's a win-win for both, for everyone in this case.
Right. Anant, is there any technology trend that you wish and hope never makes a comeback again?
There was once a model called waterfall model that is still practiced in certain places here and there, and we refer to that as analysis paralysis. You get stuck in analyzing what needs to be done in eternity, and by the time you get to actually implementing it, sometimes it's too late. Right? You've lost your competitive advantage. So I really hope that never comes back.
There is a lot of discussion about automation in general. Businesses are adopting it widely these days. So do you really think automation could be a threat to human employment?
No, I firmly disagree with that notion. If automation is a threat to human employment, entire software and technology should be a threat to human employment 30 years back, right, when it started. For all that I know, it could probably mean more employment because there's so much more automation to be done in the world to achieve in the systems. And that at least needs another 5 times of the workforce that we currently have.
Godfather or Star Wars?
Star Wars.
Ice cream or a froyo?
Ice cream.
Sitting in a cabin or sitting with your team?
Or sitting with the team.
Broccoli or gobi manchurian?
Broccoli.
Okay, so as soon as you get your plate ready, Instagramming the food or smelling the food?
Eating the food.
Okay.
There's no option there.
Okay, mountains or beach?
Mountains.
Okay, space vacation, yes or no?
A long pending thing for humanity, yes.
Okay, cricket, soccer or hockey?
Cricket.
Okay. True Indian. Thank you for your time, Anand. It's been fun talking to you.
Thank you so much, Nishita.